Hello, 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 Scorpio. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, June the 29th, 2025. I love you guys. Let's see what's in your energy. My beautiful Scorpio, with your permission, Spirit guys, God, give me clarity, understanding. This is for Scorpio, Spirit guys. Let's see what's in the energy for Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, let's see. Talk to me, Spirit. That came out fast. Strength, okay? Power, strength, confidence. Okay, a lot of y'all are in y'all power. You're walking in your power. You got your strength back. Maybe some of you haven't been feeling the best. You haven't been feeling good, and I feel like now you're getting back to normal, getting back to yourself. With this strength card, I feel like you getting your, how they say it, your mojo back, your confidence back. Um, you may have went through some type of transformation, or some of you might have went through a purging. Okay, tell me more about this strength for Scorpio. Tell me more about this strength for Scorpio, Spirit. Yeah, you had to go within. I feel like some of you had to do some checking in with yourself, gaining your strength back, building up your confidence, having from low self-esteem. Okay, some of you may have struggled with low self-esteem, and now you went within the solar plex. You learned to trust yourself, learning to trust your decision, learning to trust where you're headed, where you're going, and that's because you're tapped into the solar plex. Okay, you're tapped into trusting your own thoughts, trusting your mindset. Okay, that's a beautiful thing. Okay, so a lot of you have been taking a time out to go within yourself. Also, with that go within is also your intuition. Okay, so if something you've been thinking about here, Scorpio, your intuition is telling you you're very strong. Your intuition is telling you whatever you've been speculating on, whatever you've been feeling here. Okay, it is definitely you're on the right track. That means that you're getting a good signal with your solar plex. If something that you've been feeling, thinking about a person, about a situation, you are definitely on point. Okay, for some of you, you may have been having dreams, and their dreams are really, you got to bring them into your reality if it's something that you want. Okay, tell me more. You went within. Your intuition is very strong right now. So what Spirit is saying, Scorpio, is to listen to your intuition. Okay, that's what Spirit is saying, because it is very strong. Okay, if you have been having a gut feeling about something, or something don't seem right, or you trying to make a decision, trust your gut. Okay, trust your gut. Tell me more, Spirit. Trust your gut is what Spirit is saying. Let's see what else is out here for you. Tell me more, Spirit, for Scorpio. Tell me more. That's too many. Okay, the first card, this other card came out as success. Okay, so I feel like when it comes down to your career, okay, this may be a career. Whatever your intuition is, it's telling you you're going to be very successful at it. And I feel like you can feel it. You see, the crown chakra is very lit up. Okay, it's lit up. That means that your creativity, your crown, your thoughts, or whatever you've been thinking, whatever is going on, you're going to be very successful by the decision that you make. Okay, and the decision that you make, it has a lot to do with trusting your intuition. And when you trust your intuition, it's going to guide you into being very successful. I feel like where you're headed, Scorpio, is going to be exactly what you want. I see you being crowned. I see you succeeding at whatever this is that you're successing. Okay, that you're going towards your success, and that can be a career, whatever this success means to you. Okay, and I feel like the path that you're on is going to be very successful. Long as you stay tapped in and tapped into your navigation system, long as you keep this strength and this confidence up, you're going to go far on this. Okay, I feel like sometimes some of y'all can feel like a failure, but I feel like that is a mindset. Okay, I feel like sometimes we can trick our mind into thinking that sabotage or try to put things in your head that does not belong there. And that's why sometimes I feel like you feel that you are a failure sometimes, okay? But you don't give yourself enough of credit, is what Spirit is saying. Because I feel like you are very hard on yourself. And I feel like where you think that you are not succeeding, other people think different. Okay. So what you feel like is a failure to you, it is actually a success for you. Even down to practicing something over and over, and you feel like it wasn't perfect. To you, you feel like you failed, but to the eyes of someone else, you succeeded very well. But I feel like you put more on you. You give yourself a very hard time. You're very hard is what Spirit is telling me. You can be very hard on yourself, okay? And I feel like what Spirit is saying, you need to let up, okay? You need to let up, offer yourself some, okay? Because you're not giving yourself the credit that you deserve to give yourself. I feel like somebody can tell you you're doing a good job and you'll find a reason to say, but it could have been better, instead of taking that compliment or taking what they're telling you that you're doing good, and you'll take that and you'll twist it around. Okay, that means that you're not accepting that someone is telling you that you're doing a good job, and you're beating yourself up, making it like, no, I could have done better, but don't you think I could have done that? And they say, no, it's fine like it is, but you will talk someone out of giving you credit. Oh, y'all ain't ready for me. Y'all ain't ready for me. You would talk yourself out of someone giving you credit for what you have done. Okay. And it's like, no, I think I could have done it this way. They say, no, it's fine. True. It's like you are so hard on yourself, whoever you are. You're very hard on yourself, and some of you need to really do a deep clean in your energy. You need to really clear your energy out, okay? You have picked up on some energy. Anytime you do not celebrate yourself, whether small or big, and you put this in your energy, that is a low vibration frequency. Okay. And that's why somebody needs to clear their energy, because when you're in this state of mind, you don't know where you're going because the direction is in the reverse. You understand? That means that you don't see your success. And it's like other people can see you, but you don't see yourself. And that's because you're clouding your head with not celebrating yourself, whether small or big. It's like, nah, that's too small. I don't need to celebrate that. It has to be really big and and boisterous for me to celebrate. Why should I celebrate something small? That's just small. Because when you celebrate, whether it's small or big, when you celebrate the small things, you will appreciate the bigger things. When you celebrate your stepping stones, it will give you more power to elevate to your next stone. But I feel like you are so hard on yourself with the failure of, you have been so like in the energy that it has to be perfect. It has to be at a certain caliber for you to celebrate when you're thinking of, when that is the wrong thought. You feel as though that, oh, in order to celebrate, it has to be a real big accomplishment. No, baby. No, sweetheart, sir. That's not how it goes. You celebrate, not only you celebrate the small achievements in your life in order to get to the success, but you feel like, oh, the small is not worth celebrating. I want to get to the big thing to celebrate. That means that you're not accepting who you are. But other people, like, say for instance, this is your career, right? And you're, whatever you're doing in your career, they see you doing a good job, but you're downplaying everything that someone says to you. You're downplaying it. You're not accepting. If somebody says you're beautiful, you're not accepting. I'm not beautiful. I'm all right. What? If somebody said, "Oh, I just love your hair," oh, it's all right. It could be shorter. You're not taking the compliments. You're not accepting the success that someone is giving you. You're downplaying every achievement that you have in your life. And so when you have your meltdowns, and this is called a meltdown, when you have your meltdown, then you feel like a failure, but you're only doing this to yourself. It's not the outside people that actually see your worth and see that you are very powerful, that you know your stuff, that you listen to your intuition, very strong, very confident. You're very confident. That's how you show up in the world. That's how you show up in the world, that you're very confident. Okay? But that's not how you feel. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You're showing up in the world, whoever you are. You're showing up in the world. It's very successful, and you know your stuff, and you're very confident, and you're trusting what it is that you want, but you're showing up in the world as this man or this woman, but that's not how you feel within your insides. And that's why you don't know exactly where you are. I feel like you're faking it till you make it. And that's where you have picked up on some very bad low vibration energy, because that is not a high frequency that you feel like you're putting on this persona that I'm showing up this way. This is how I am. But in behind the doors, you are suffering. Yeah. And that is the energy you need to clear. That mentality of how you showing up versus how you feel about yourself. I'm here to bring it to you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing about it. You're showing up one way for the world, but that is not how you feel about yourself. You are your own worst enemy. Somebody can tell you you look very nice. Oh, no, I don't. Any compliment that somebody give you, you downplay yourself. You water yourself down. You water your own self down. You do not accept yourself in the way that you have other people seeing yourself when you are behind closed doors. You ain't gonna like me right now, but I'm calling you out, whoever you are. Everyone, I need you to come in, take what resonate, reverse the roles, how they fit in your life. Yeah, it may not resonate to everybody. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's just not your story. But I feel like you're faking the funk until you get to where you're going. Really, you suffer in silence. As long as you have that mentality, Scorpio, as long as you have that frame of thought, Scorpio, that you're showing up for everybody and you're making it happen for everybody and you're putting on this persona of who you are for the world, but that's not who you are behind closed doors. You're actually depressed. You don't love yourself. You don't think that you are very beautiful. You don't think that you're handsome. You don't think that you're this, that. When other people tell you that you are, and you don't take the compliments, you don't take it, and that leaves you and you don't know which direction you're going, because your head, your mind, look here, when you pick up this type of energy, that means that your mind, you having conflict with your own inner self. You understand what I'm saying? That is what makes you downplay your success. You can have somebody say, oh, you was perfect, bravo, or you done good, or you did, it was all right, I tried my best. Oh, it wasn't all that. Y'all tripping. Are you serious? You really think I was that good? Or are you serious? You really think that? Oh no, they say, oh, you're perfect. Say, oh no, I'm fat. Or they say, oh, you just look, your hair is already, no, it's not. It has a frizz in it. You do not accept the compliments. You do not think you're deserving of it. You always downplaying who you are. But you show up as this person, but you are not the person that you're showing up to be. You need to practice gratitude, or you're going to lose yourself mentally. Okay? You're showing up as two different people. Okay? You're showing up as two different people. It's almost like, let's put an example here, Scorpio. It's like when somebody, like they say, oh, you meet a very beautiful woman or a very handsome man, and it's like, oh God, they look so beautiful, but when they open up their mouth is nasty and trashy. So you open up yourself for this world that you're this handsome man, or you're this gorgeous woman, and you're just got it all put together and you have it all. That's how you present yourself out into the world. But when you get behind closed doors, you don't feel what you present yourself to be. Or when somebody's telling you doing good, you downplay, you downwater yourself. And Spirit Guides God has said, until you come out of that energy of low vibration, clear your energy, ground your energy, come out of that subconscious of change your perspective on how you see yourself, how you see you. I can sit here and I can tell you what I see in you. I can name all the beautiful things that I see about yourself. I can tell you what I see. You know what? You won't hear it. You would downplay it because you don't feel it yourself. Somebody could sit and tell you right in your face that you're this, that you're gorgeous, that you're handsome, that you have so much this, and you will water yourself down. You will not take the compliment. You will not say, well, thank you, or you may say thank you, but that ain't how you feel inside. Until you handle what it is that is causing you not to be appreciative, gratitude, grateful of who you are, until you find that broken piece, that piece that is missing within yourself. See, this is an internal thing. Until you find this within yourself that you have lost, it doesn't matter who tells you. You can meet 1,000 men or 1,000 women. No one is going to be able to satisfy you or make you happy, because you have lost something within you. And the loss is that you don't love yourself fully. And you can say, oh, I love myself. Yeah, you love yourself to a certain point, but you don't internally love you. And so that's why you are always out here searching for the friendship or the companionship or the people in your life. You're searching and searching and want everybody to be a part of your life, but you can't even sit still by yourself. You can't even sit still by yourself. It ain't a flex to have a whole lot of friends, so-called friends and people that you know. You think that's a flex? Because I can guarantee you over half, 99% of them are fake. You think it's a flex that you got a whole lot of friends, a whole lot of male friends, a whole lot of women friends. You have a whole lot of people that you like and you just, no, you're doing that to fill a void of facing yourself. A lot of times people run from themselves. Okay? People see the beauty in you, but you don't see it in yourself. You will always find a reason to contradict what someone is trying to give you credit for. Yeah. You present yourself one way in the world, but you suffer within internally of yourself because you cannot face that you feel like, for number one, either some of y'all was not loved the right, correct way when you were a child, or you have always felt like you had to please someone else instead of pleasing yourself. No matter what you did as a little girl, little boy, it was never good enough for your parents. Okay? And so therefore, when you did something good, maybe you was never celebrated. Okay? It could be different reason that it is coming up that you feel like you accomplish it, but you don't feel like you have accomplished it. That's why I say you're faking it till you make it. It's like you're showing yourself as one way, but you are absolutely the opposite. But you want everybody to think that you're this loving woman, loving man, that you are, you could be a very loving, but at the same time, you suffer in silence. And those are the very type of people that suffer psychologically, psychological with the depressions, okay, with the isolations and you don't feel like you have accomplished where you should be when actually, if you think about it, spirit guides, God, you are actually ahead of where you should be. But you don't see that because you don't see it in yourself. That's why you feel like you're in this energy. This is what the world don't see of you. This is who they don't see. They be like, how can this woman or this man, that's why you hear a lot of actresses or you hear a lot of people on TV that, wow, or you hear about homes of married couples like, oh, they were the perfect couple out into the world and didn't know that, he pew-pewed or she pew-pewed him or however it go. You would have never thought that because they put on this mask for the world, but inside of that home. And the home for some of y'all is not literally a home with four walls. It's the home inside of your soul. You're not happy with the soul that you're carrying, because if you was, you would not downplay every small progress that you make in your life. Let's see what the tarot says. I hadn't even got to the tarot deck. Talk to me, Spirit. What is going on with this? You need to definitely clear your mind, clear your subconscious, your consciousness. This is all an illusion. This is all an entrapment. This is an sabotage, and this is what you call low vibration mentalness. Okay, some of you could have a mental chemical off balance in the brain. Okay, and that's for real. Talk to me, Spirit. Yeah, some of you are feel like you're not good enough. You're regretting being in a past connection that you felt like you was not good enough. Okay, this regret could be coming from a connection that you were once in. Okay, with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces doesn't necessarily mean that. That's just a lot of emotions here, okay? But some of you could be having a regret from someone that you felt like you didn't wasn't good enough. This is who could have that you felt like a failure, that you did not own up to what you should have owned up to, okay? I feel like some of you are still in that regret mode of being with somebody that you were once with, okay? I feel like you never really dug deep into why, because you have the judgment in the reverse. You never dug deep into why you and this person, why did you carry this? Why are you carrying this regret in this connection with this person? Why is it so much regret here? Is it because you know you failed in this relationship, or is it because you're taking on all of it's like you're blaming yourself for all of this? Why are you having such regret? It's because you had a failed connection. And I feel like you never dug deep into uh why did you feel like a failure with this connection that you were in, okay? Judgment is in the reverse. The Five of Cups is in the reverse. That's regret with the Two of Cups. This is some type of connection that you were in that you still holding a big regret. And I feel like you never handled this. You never psychologically dealt with this pain from this past connection that you're still in regret of. I feel like the regret is that you blaming everything on you, why you're not with this person for life. This could have been somebody that you thought that you was going to be with for eternally, and you're blaming yourself for the failure of it. When sometimes we outgrow one another, but it's something that you did not handle. You did not ever do any soul searching of this. And I feel like it was because I feel like you never felt like this person never made you feel like you was enough, or you didn't feel like you was enough with this connection, is what Spirit is telling me. Okay, I feel like you could have done all you could have with this connection, and it just, you was not fulfilling in it, or they did not fulfill you, or they did not make you feel worthy. Okay, you felt like you failed this. You're carrying, this is coming from a connection you was in. You're carrying somebody else's energy. Yeah, the strength is in the reverse here. The strength is in the upright here. That means that out into the world, you present yourself strong, but here you presenting yourself very weak. And that is something that brought you down. Okay. Yeah. I feel like you didn't never take the time out to be patient with yourself. The Temperance is in the reverse here. I feel like after you and this person may have split it up with each other, or I feel like when you were in this connection, I feel like there was a lot of words, a lot of communication between you two. I feel like you could have been verbally intimidated when you were in this connection. This person could have brought your self-esteem down in this connection when you was with this person, because I didn't see the Eight of Wands hiding behind the Strength in the reverse. This card came out. So this could have been somebody that broke down your insecurity some kind of way. Okay. And this could have been through communication. This person could have down talked you. That's maybe where you're not taking. This person could have downplayed you. That's where the downplay is coming from. When someone is complimenting you, when someone is saying you're doing a good job, somewhere along the line, there was a connection that you were in that could have been this person could have been very mean to you with the Temperance in the reverse, could have been very mean how they talk to you. It could have been the slick words that they said that brought down your self-esteem. This could have been somebody that you did not understand your strength when you were dealing with this person. There was definitely some mental abuse. Communication is mental. Whether this was a connection, whether you saw your parents, this Two of Cups could have been your parents. You could have got this from your parents. You could have watched your parents, your father talk to your mother any kind of way, or your mother talk to your father any kind of way. This could have been where the parents, where this Two of Cups that you saw your parents together, and there was a lot of verbal downplay in that caused you to grow up into this energy. I feel like now that spirit is bringing this to me. Your parents, okay, for some of y'all, now this may not resonate with everybody, but your parents could have been the type that, oh, they the perfect couple. I told you when I said that earlier. Your parents could have presented themselves as the couple, the perfect couple, okay, that the world saw. But behind closed doors, you saw a lot of abuse, a lot of anger, a lot of mental abuse, a lot of low self-esteem that your mama put up with or your father put up with. Because, remember, women talk to men in any kind of way too. Somewhere this came in your energy. Okay? And you carried that into a relationship as you got older. Okay? And there was no teamwork, no collaboration. There was no working together. Okay? You didn't see that from your parents. And so you carried that into your life, that you feel like you wasn't deserving of it. It had to be really big for you to be celebrated. Okay? Like you could have grown up in the household where you only celebrated like birthdays, holidays, but when it come down to little things like, oh, you did the dishes, or you watch your parents, you watch your father, expected that of them, okay? Expected that from her, expected that from him, whatever it was definitely some tore down mental energy. And that's where it's coming from. That you put on this persona for the world, but you still suffer in silence because you saw a lot that you regret, that you saw your parents or you were in your relationship taking what resonates, that there was no teamwork, was no support with each other, was no picking each other up and celebrating the small along with the big. So that's why you water down when people are telling you good things and telling you accomplishments, and you feel like, no, the only time that I should be celebrated is that if I hit that big milestone, instead of being grateful and thankful for the small things of accomplishments. I'm saying of accomplishments. And that's where this is coming from. And that's what it's coming from. Bottom of the deck. Some of you have to learn to have your voice, get your voice, speak up. Okay. I feel like some of you was your voice, your voice was always downplayed, whether this was you watching your parents or you being in a last relationship you was in. And I feel like, it was a lot of things that you are holding up inside of you. And say, when you're not saying, that's what are you not saying that's eating you up inside? You had to hold this in. You've been holding this in for years. Okay, watching this go. It's a psychological thing. It just does not happen. When you go through this type of energy that you feel like a failure, even though you present yourself as this a marvelous man or woman, but you're dealing with some deep dark depression here. It just don't go. It just don't happen. This is something that has festered through your childhood or in a relationship, that it was a lot of verbal communication, of a lot of down, watering down, didn't want you to shine, dimming your light. And I feel like you have, like it says, what are you not saying that's eating you up inside? You can't keep this in forever. It's time to let it out so that you can move on and be happy. This is something you have kept silent. Oh my God. Y'all, are you really ready for this? You may have to watch this again. Yeah, it's time to speak up. It's time. When you really speak up and heal from what's inside of you, what has been causing you to feel this way. Okay? Now, this doesn't happen every single day. But when it hits you, it hits you. You see how the hands are around her head? When it hits you, it hits you. Because you don't feel like you're deserving of those small accomplishments, okay? Because you were used to just celebrating big things. Okay? It's time to change a part of yourself that no longer feels like the person you have become or becoming. This has changed you. This is not who you are. You have to change that. Change isn't always easy, but letting go of this outdated, this psychological thing, like I was saying before, letting go of this outdated part of yourself will allow you to align with your true self, Scorpio. You'd be surprised. I'm Positive Thoughts and Energy. In my readings, there are lessons, blessings, and confirmations. You just have to be vigilant and open-minded to the message. Now, this may not resonate with everybody, but some of it may resonate, and some of you can relate to some of this. But this is nothing just started. This is something that has festered throughout your life. That somewhere you saw a perfect couple, or you thought was a perfect person, and you had to present yourself. You had to go outside of the door and you had to present yourself in a way to make the world think that you were this, when in fact you had no direction. You was going with the flow. You was faking it till you make it, because you were really actually not happy within yourself. And until you change that outdated part of your life and realize that, yes, I might have saw my parents go through this. I might have been in a relationship, but I am going to break the cycle here. Because nothing anybody tell you, they can tell you you are a shining bright star. You say, no, I'm not. I'm just a little dot on the board. No matter what if a man come into your life, if a woman come into your life, and they're just saying, oh, they just think you're just so, you ain't gonna believe that person. You're going to water down their compliments towards you. They could say, I just love this about you. Say, oh, you don't really love me. You probably like it. You don't love me. You're going to always you're going to always water down who you are, because you don't see it in yourself. This is facts. Until you speak up about what's eating you inside and change that outdated part of yourself and break that cycle, you're going to always suffer in silence. Because you're going to say, nothing I do will ever be good enough for anybody. That's because you're more focused on everybody else than within your own self. Until next time, Scorpio.